everyone, and we do have one more pretty solid day of rain chances on Monday. Most probably won't be as heavy as what we saw yesterday and even today in a couple of spots. Drier air does start to work in tomorrow night and into Tuesday. And as I was saying earlier, this is not the most spectacular fall cold front, but it will make it a little less humid. It may bring our morning temperatures down a couple of degrees. It'll still be warm in the afternoons. We're talking about 80s still, but overall looks like a pretty pleasant weather kind of regime taking over Tuesday and probably all the way through the end of the week and into next weekend. So not too shabby for our forecast this week. 80 degrees right now in New Orleans, and we're mostly in the 70s or in the 80s at this point. Here is our live radar scene. A couple of showers south, but most of any significant rain right now is over the northern fringe of St. Tammany. This is pushing gently and slowly off to the southeast. We also have another downpour not far from Folsom, so if you're in the Folsom area, this may eventually be skirting near you in the next maybe half hour or so. So as we wake up tomorrow and into tonight, we do keep a 30% chance for rain, although you can see there's not that much out there for the early part of the evening at least. Lows overnight will be in the 70s, both north and south of Lake Pontchartrain. Clouds for tomorrow morning, and we may even have a little bit of patchy fog for the early morning time frame. Rainfall totals, by the way, today, we're up to an inch plus at the airport, near an inch at the lakefront, and just a little bit in some of our other South Shore or north or west of the lake areas, kind of depended on where you were as it was scattered. But we have had a lot of rain this year, and we've been talking about this for months. But with the rain that we got at the airport earlier today, we've now reached 81.35 inches. That is 30 inches above normal for this point in the year. And when you look at the average for an entire year, January through December, that number is 63.3. So we are almost 20 inches over an average year, and we're only at the beginning of October. Now look at the rainiest years at the airport. These go back the records to 1947, and with what we had today, 81.35, that puts us already at the 5th rainiest year on record. Now if we get an average amount of rain from here on out through the rest of the year, that would put us at number 2, and you can see even if we just get a couple more downpours, we may make it to number 2. And then if we get above average rain, I don't know, we'll see about number 1. If we get average the rest of the year, that would put us at about 92 to 93 or so inches of rain for the year. So still a ways away from that number 1 spot, but we'll see. We'll keep tracking. But we have had so much rain, and for lots of the U.S. and lots of cities out there, there's nowhere near that much rain, even for one of their rainiest years. You know, areas out to the west, sometimes a few of those cities get about 10 to maybe 20 inches of rain for a whole year. So we're way beyond that, and we do have rain chances, not so much overnight. We do have a chance for showers overnight, but this is 7 a.m. Note, just a couple of showers around. And then for tomorrow, we have a decent chance of rain. Probably firing up more later afternoon. This is noon. We'll fast forward into the afternoon. We have a lot of moisture. We also have a disturbance to our north. We've been tracking 4 p.m. Pretty decent chance for rain there. But as we move into 10 o'clock and beyond, note that the rain kind of tapers off, and that will be into Tuesday morning with that weak front arriving. Tomorrow, high chance for the rain. Just kind of keep the umbrella, rain poncho, whatever you have around, whatever you had today and yesterday. Highs will likely be in the 80s. Here's a look at your Monday planner. That higher rain chance in the afternoon, going down a little bit for the evening and night. And our flash flood outlook tomorrow, you can see we will be watching. A marginal risk is there for a couple of downpours with some street flooding. Now the upper pattern this week first pushes in the weak cool front and then kind of keeps an upper low near us. So we were thinking that maybe we'd have very dry, less humid air, but it also looks like we may have enough moisture with eventually another high building in that we could maybe have a coastal shower or two. Dew points noticed by the next few days, they go down a little, but not really extremely low. So we're not talking about that really crisp, dry fall feel, but it'll be a little improvement over the humidity we've had lately. In the tropics, we're talking about Hurricane Sam finally starting to weaken. Now it's a Category 2. It has been a very long-lasting storm. It will continue to weaken, eventually getting south of Greenland and maybe even a little low pressure area near Iceland. Tropical Depression Victor is barely hanging on, and there's only one other spot kind of in the western Atlantic, nowhere near the Gulf of Mexico, that we're tracking, and we'll see what happens with that. Right now, just a low chance of development, a few showers there. We'll watch it this week, but no threats for the Gulf of Mexico. Our 7-day forecast shows the pretty nice overall, but not necessarily extremely cool forecast for most of the upcoming week.